he was the chosen one.
Well, yeah, it didn't happen organically with LeBron. I mean, that's one of the great things about LeBron is he lived up to the hype.
Exactly.
And then some. Steph, it clearly happened organically.
Organically.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk
100%.
about, his dad was in him. No, it happened organically. Wade, who wasn't really a face of the league, but obviously was a top 3-4 player, it happened organically with him.
Can I add another one? I would argue it happened organically with Kobe.
I agree.
Kobe was the 13th pick of the draft.
He wasn't as hyped as Garnett or LeBron, right,
Shaq.
high school.
It was a put on him.
Yep.
And Shaq eventually, I shouldn't say eventually, Shaq was pretty amazing immediately.
Right.
But Shaq lived up to it. Kobe was traded for Vlade Divac on draft day.
Right.
And turned himself into that caliber
It's
of
like
player.
Jerry West, I could see it.
Right.
Like, and he gets credit for that.
But go ahead, sorry.
Face of the NBA, next.
All right, I'm saying this with my chest.
Oh.
10 toes down. It
those
feels
are
good to
careful.
do this. It's been a while since I've been able to do this because my toes
No,
have
you
been
do it a lot,
chopped
but
off
they've been
in
chopped.
the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Regular season, I was
Yeah.
down. And with my base turned up to 10.
Oh.
Victor Wembanyama. Now, I get it. Of course.
No.
That dude is awesome. 20 points, 10 rebounds, leading the league with 3.2 blocks a game in 28 minutes. I got to be honest, I'm a bit upset with Pop and them for playing him only 28 minutes. Hopefully that's going to rise. He's one of 2 players, I think, averaging 20 points a game in less than 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. He's ready to play, but he can do everything. He's nutmegging dudes out there, and obviously you're seeing highlights here. But obviously you're going to have to win to be the face of the league. But I think, this summer, I think their goal will be to get him a point guard.
On that one, though.
Get him a point guard. And I think.
Can I ask you a question about what you just said? You said you have to win. You don't have to win a championship to be the face of the league. You can be let me put it like this. You have to eventually. But you can be the face
LeBron
of the league
was becoming that.
before you win a championship. You just have to
got to be pretty decent.
Right.
Pretty
You have
good,
to be in the postseason consistently playing in those games.
So I agree. So I got Wemby. I'm going to throw out one more. And I think this will surprise you, but I think you'll both agree. Of an American player, because obviously Wembanyama's from France, if you picked Luka or Jokic or Giannis or Embiid, they are all international. American, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
That guy has everything. His game is crazy. Is that your guy?
Well,
I thought you abandoned him. Did you abandon him?
No,
He's about to.
So you're going to go? Is that who you're going to say?
go ahead.
Am I stealing your thunder?
I still rock with Anthony Edwards. There's some good videos online of contrasting Anthony Edwards' most recent quote of no, I'm not going to play in the All-Star game, with Jordan saying basically the exact opposite. Like Jordan being interviewed post-All-Star game, drenched in sweat, talking about how he owes it to the fans to compete at the highest level. So there's a little bit of I'm not sure if he's totally locked in or wants to be the face of the league. I think Wemby wants to be the face of the league.
Yeah, I agree. See, okay, I hear what you're saying. Here's what I will say about Edwards, because I think everything we see in the regular season speaks to his competitiveness, right? He defends.
True.
He is a very good defender, and they're the number 1 defensive team in the league. He's got the charisma. I don't know if you saw the movie Hustle.
Yeah.
He darn near stole the show, even though he wasn't the lead actor. He's got it all. But here's what I'll say about that quote, Wiles. And I'm not defending because obviously we all want them to play hard in an All-Star game. But and I watched a lot of the All-Star stuff leading up to the game. And even they went back to 1964 when the players threatened to boycott the game to get more, from the owners and so on and so forth. But in the 80s, and Magic and Isaiah used to talk about this, they're going out hard and playing their best in the All-Star games to take the game to another level. Because the NBA was still struggling in the 80s, early in the 80s. And Jordan came in kind of in that same period a little bit later, where it was we're far behind baseball and football. At that time, baseball was king. And so they wanted to build the game. They don't have that anymore. Now, I think Adam Silver needs to talk to them about, look, we're kind of losing some stuff with guys sitting out too many games and the All-Star games become a joke. But it's all set now. So Anthony Edwards can think we're great. We're good no matter what, whether we compete in an All-Star game or not.
I pulled jersey sales, which is kind of a funny data point. It's not totally silly, but it's not totally serious. So to your point, Victor's at number 4. Steph still 1, Tatum 2, LeBron 3. So I'm surprised Tatum's so high, to be honest with you. I think that's good, but I don't think he's going to be the face of the league.
Right.
The one person that surprised me up here was number 11, Ja Morant, who didn't play most of last year, and then this year was off to a good start that then kind of was derailed. Yet I think this, being just outside top 10 jersey sales, and I know it's a silly data point, but I think it speaks to how much he resonates, how much the style of play resonates, and how much, and this is a little bit of a leap, but I believe it, how much people are hungry for a redemption story, and how many people are rooting for Ja to get back to the top.
I agree. I do not think Ja is currently mature enough to do it. And by the time, if and when he is, I don't want to say it'll be too late, but you don't become the face of the league at 30. You know what I mean? And I know he's not close to 30, but I want to ask you a question, then I want to give my answer. Does it have to be an American?
No.
Because I know a lot of people have argued it does.
I used to think it did, but not anymore.
In today's NBA, I don't think, because Anthony Edwards is our only hope if it has to be an American, in my opinion. Because Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum are not going to be the face of the NBA. It's not.
I mean, Tatum's...
Tatum, they would have to really be winning big time.
A lot. Yeah. They'd have to win a lot.
Right.
And so, the answer in the interim, but
there is none.
What? Say it again. Who'd you say?
There is none.
No, it should be Luka.
Yeah.
He is a trash talker. The way he is, I think you might say his style is not necessarily conducive to winning, but it's fun to watch.
It's fun, yeah.
He has been a bona fide playoff killer.
Yep. True.
And so he carries himself with almost an American street ball attitude.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He is not, like Jokic does not want to be. Jokic barely wants to be in the NBA.
Honestly, he might be the face of carriage racing.
Right, correct. and Giannis is, I think, I think it could have been Giannis. And I think Giannis has had some weird messaging over the last 9 months, some of which we're going to talk about in a bit.
Could have been Embiid, but he got to win.
Embiid, I think, wanted it. But Embiid is not the playoff killer, and he's hurt a lot, and he's older.
I think Luka's got to win more, though. Like, they're the 7th seed right now.
I agree, but my point is Luka was on a good trajectory, right? Luka was, they lose to the Clippers, they get to the conference finals, and last year it went to hell on them. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.